Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. We got a banger lined up for you tonight. Going to be a great time. As always, we've got with us the mouth of Houston, LW. How you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, good evening, everybody, from the hot and humid state of Texas. Really looking forward tonight with the call-in show. Looking forward to you great people calling in with some conspiracy theories, some great stories you might have, and let's do it. Let's have some fun.
All right, I like it. And always, as well with us here, we've got Gutters Pub, the philanthropist, Instagram star from all over. Her name says it all. How you doing, Gutters?
Doing great. Gonna enjoy tonight. I actually can't wait to dig into this one. At first, I was like, it's just gonna be a free-for-all, and it is. But for me, I did a little digging into something, so I can't wait to go over what I have been digging into.
So I can't wait. I dig it too. See what I did there. And down here below, we do have KJ, the country music recording star, world famous. How you doing, KJ?
I'm good. Hey guys, happy Friday. Woo woo. It's going to be a good show. Excited to hear some interesting thoughts from everyone.
I like it too. And down there at the bottom, Mr. Producer Baker. How you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing fantastic. I found out today that 7% of the American population believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Well, I'm never disappointed in the stupidity of humanity, you know.
Right?
My 3-year-old grandson would be one of those.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to tonight. Just everybody bear with me. This is it's not a trial period, but it kind of sort of is. We've worked out all the bugs that we can work out, but we don't know till we go live.
Well, and here we are live. Well, yeah, everybody, we'll get started here in just a minute. We appreciate everybody being here. And, until then, we'll see you in a second.
Listening to the ASN Podcast Network.
All right, everybody, welcome in tonight. Thanks a lot for being here. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. I think we got all our bugs worked out right there. So, let's see who we got coming in here saying hey to us already. I think we see some fine, lovely people coming in here. Matt Dummett, what's going on, buddy? We got Heart with Hustle, Lawn Tractor Life in here. Good to see you. Callie Lisa in here. Good to see you, Callie Lisa. Megan, what's up, Megan? Good to see you. Johnny K. CJ, what is up? Mink Davitt. Good to see you, Wanda E. Robert. Let's see who else. Jesse Ross. Good to see you, Jesse. We got Robert in here as well. Gutters Pub in the chat. Jay Shipes, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Dozer. We got Scott, Controversial Cruising, coming in here as well. Andy Heinrich. Look at all you lovely people coming in. KJ in the chat too. Let's see if I missed your name, not meaning to. P Digits in here, Mishka in here. We'll be saying hey to people all night long as we dig into all this fun stuff. So how you beautiful people doing tonight? I'm speaking to you guys.
Hey.
Oh, you said beautiful. I assumed it was me, but I didn't want to speak up for everybody.
Yeah, I was talking about you specifically there, Baker. Yes, you, sir.
I wasn't going to be presumptuous and start talking immediately.
Yeah, everybody right at once. Oh,
part.
me. Yeah, I get that coming at you there. So Baker, you want to kind of explain what we got going there with the call-in line tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is how this is going to work. We are a small show. We all have day jobs. So please understand that things are at small scale right now. The plan is, we'll drop the link for StreamYard, but we'll also have the ability for folks to call in to a phone number. Data messages and rates don't don't apply to us. So you call on your own. If you're still on a long distance plan, don't blame us. But basically, if you call in and you get a busy signal or system is busy, that's because somebody else is on the phone. Somebody else is waiting. We do not have extra slots available, and that's just the way it is because we are a small show and we are rapidly growing, hopefully. So until then, if you call and you get a system busy, don't worry. Just keep calling. If you want to get on, once you hear somebody drop off the line, that's your cue to go ahead and call in. Now, is this going to be a problem tonight? I don't know. I don't know how many calls we're going to get, but I'm anxious to see who our first ever christened caller is from both the YouTube side and both the X-Verse side.
The X-Verse. I like that. The X-Verse. Yeah, we are streaming live out here right now. We are live on X. We are live on 3 different platforms on YouTube as well. So everybody out there listening, no matter where you're coming from, we appreciate you being here. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. And we will drop a StreamYard link and have the call-in number come up here just shortly. So anybody want to talk about anything before we do that? I think, Gutters, you had some special cool topic you wanted to talk about real quick.
I did. Actually, Baker put it in my head. And it is about the Shanghai tunnels here in Portland. Here in Portland, Oregon, they have tunnels that are underneath the city. And I know a lot of cities have tunnels and all of that. But these ones have kind of, there's truth to all of it. But there's some that they say is a myth. And you know, I'm still not quite sure. However, when I went there, it did seem like it was a little strange for just connecting tunnels underneath the city. It seemed a little strange. It seemed like there was a little more to it. And so in the mid 1800s, they actually made these tunnels supposedly to move goods back and forth underneath the city. However, there is a myth that those tunnels were also used to basically drug people and get them super drunk and drop them down from a bar stool into the tunnel, and then they would take them off into a ship and they would work in these ships. They were forced to work. They had a couple different names for it. There you can see basically where they actually took them to the dock, and that's where they'd basically get on a ship and send them on out to work. They did have, some of them were willing people, basically in a sense of they got them to sign something, and then after they signed it, those captains from those ships would come back and say, okay, pay up. Come on, boys. So they would have to get on the ship and work. And I don't think it was very good working conditions, let's say. I don't think OSHA was there, so to speak. So anyways, yeah, it seemed like quite the interesting place. They now do tours. They're, I don't know, about 4 or 5 nights a week. And it's quite interesting to go and check it out. We actually went and did it. I think it was either 2016 or 18. I can't remember which one, but and it was quite interesting. They actually they have a bunch of shoes down there, and the reason for the shoes was that's how they kept them from leaving, which is one of the reasons I believe that the myth isn't such a myth. I believe there may be some truth to it, because all these shoes that were down there, the reason that those shoes were there is because they'd take all their shoes away from them, and then they would break glass all over on the floor so that nobody'd be able to escape.
Now, this is in Portland?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Me
I've
either.
never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Well,
I mean,
there's
it is
other-
pretty cool.
There's other tunnels around the state. Anything that links to the Columbia River had a similar situation, but most of them were, I would say, Chinese immigrant workers for the railroad.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty indicative to the Oregon Washington area.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Seattle had tunnels as well, and I haven't actually been to those. I do want to go check those out. And I'm not sure of the stories about them. I'm sure that they kind of run in line with these same stories. Do you know anything about those, Baker?
Not so much. I assume that it's probably the same going through the Puget Sound area, but no, I don't know a whole lot about that one. The Portland one I do know about, though.
Yeah, it was really cool to go on in the tour. Marv and I really liked it. It was really creepy.
Does the tour end in a souvenir shop?
No, it does not.
That's what
Holy shit.
I know. That's
It does not. It ends actually back at the old pizza place that they have there, which is where it begins. But
Well, so pizza's
was-
kind of like a souvenir.
So-
kind of. Yeah,
By the way,
when
can
we
we-
went,
can
it
we-
was an actual bar, and let me tell you what, I loved it. I mean, all the architect, and it was just so cool. All the old brick and all the old wood and all the old furniture, and it was really cool. So yeah, it was.
I mean, can
it was
we
pretty
appreciate
cool.
that keg ramp right there? That is just fantastic.
Right.
Oh, is that what that is? That's a keg ramp,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, they roll the
sliding
kegs down to put in the basement, or they'd roll them back up. This is where they store them. To keep
oh,
'em.
I couldn't tell what that was.
Yeah.
And
No,
they
it's an ADA ramp. We rolled Grandpa down there.
Right.
And they actually still use some of those tunnels for storage as well as tours, but now they've blocked them off and they don't go all the way obviously to the dock. But yeah. And then that, I believe, is a remake of what their cells were, that they would take their shoes away from them, stuff them in there until they were ready to take them off to the ship, and they'd put broken glass all over, and that way they wouldn't walk around.
Jeez.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Callie Lisa says she's been to the Seattle tunnels, but doesn't remember what they were for. So, yeah, I don't know anything about the Seattle.
Yeah,
Well, this was like the original Temu warehouse.
Oh, that, you know what? I don't buy from that. Seriously, I won't do it. Just
I've
saying.
never bought anything from Temu.
me either.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
Remember when Nate the Great ordered the computer from Temu? And
got the
he was
case.
all excited, did the big opening, and it was just a case is all he got. But they didn't say there was nothing inside it. It was just a case. Love you, Nate. Big shout out if you're out there.
So I think the other part to this was there was a more nefarious side because these tunnels will be linked underneath different bars around town. The one that Gutters was referencing was just where the entrance to the tunnel for the tourism park goes. But they used to get ladies of the night to seduce said men. And of course, they would slip something in their drinks as they took them to the place where you do things at. And they would drop down into these tunnels, and that's where their shoes would get removed and what Gutters was talking about. But that's how they lured the men to those areas. Once they got basically removed from the tunnels and onto the ship, sometimes they didn't wake up until they were out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean heading to China. No shoes, no nothing. They're just on this ship in shackles waiting to go to some kind of work camp.
Wow.
And actually, from about the 1960s to the 1980s, these same tunnels were used for drugs, prostitution, gambling, all of that. And they ended up finally closing them down. The city kind of went in and said, okay, enough. And so they had to go in and clear them out. And that was in the 1980s that they cleared them all out. And so now they're just kind of cleaning them up and, turning them into either to storage places or tours.
Yeah, or bars, right?
Yeah.
Basement.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a cool bar.
Yeah, that
Actually,
people
Looks
don't.
like Savannah.
Yeah, it does remind you like Savannah or
Yeah.
Charleston or, any
Yeah.
of those old towns like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, does. Hey, big shout out there to Mayo Monkey there with the $5. He
Yeah.
says $5 challenge. So, Gutters, you want to thank Mayo there.
Yeah, right on. Thank you, Mayo. Very nice.
Yeah,
He's
take
got
a
a
look at that.
challenge going.
$5 challenge coming in from a Mayo Monkey. Appreciate that, Mayo Monkey. That's what keeps these things going.
That's
So
right.
we do appreciate that.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. So this Christy, this looks scary. Exactly. So yeah, good to see everybody in here. You got anything else on this or what else?
That
we
was
got?
about it, I think. I mean,
All right.
I could go on for hours, but
That's why I
Well-
like this show. Well, just learned something new tonight. That's very interesting.
Well, I have to say, all I can think about is Shanghai Nights because I love Owen Wilson. But anyway,
Yeah, great movie. Huh? I do like Owen Wilson too. He was great in that,
I love him.
That what is it? The Royal Tenenbaums. We've talked about that many times. Royal Tenenbaums.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love that. All right, you want to go
Right.
ahead and pull this down, or what do we got?
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, there you go. So we learned something about that. So,
Yeah.
That was good. I had no idea.
yeah, well, there you go. Anybody else got any other cool topics there? We'll drop that link here in a minute and see if anybody wants to jump up here with us. But LW, you got any cool things you've come across this week?
Well, just week after week, I keep hearing stuff about the aliens being dropped. Tulsi Gabbard just kind of casually brought it up the other day. It was like, well, yeah, they're probably real, but I can't talk about it right now. But I'll let you know.
The aliens coming in?
No, that there are aliens.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that spaceship that was supposedly headed
Yeah.
our way.
But that
I'm not
too,
really
but like-
buying that one.
Right. It's just kind of week after week, these politicians and the government just kind of drop these little hints. Yeah, there's probably aliens. We'll tell you soon. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, look at that. Mishka coming in there too. $5 super sticker there, Gutters. There you go.
Nice, Mishka. Thank you very much, darling.
Oh,
Yep.
Look at that. You're
Here we
rolling
go.
in it over there, Gutters.
There
Look
you
at you
go.
go. Look at you go. Yeah, appreciate that. Mishka, thank you there. Yeah, the thing I've been kind of following is that Göbekli Tepe over there. Have y'all looked into that at all?
Oh, yeah.
That's really interesting, the things they're doing over there, just kind of covering. You'd think you found like the most ancient civilization that's ever been found, modern. And they're like, oh no, those couldn't have been. They had to be hunter gatherers. Yet they're building this huge complex, and all that going on back then. And they don't even want to uncover it. They've built on top of it, basically planted trees all over it. And they're like, oh, we'll leave it for further generations. It's like, what's there? Why are they covering that up?
Yeah, you would think in, that industry, you would want new discoveries, but to me, it's clear that they just they don't want the new stuff to ruin their work, It's so interesting if anybody looks into it.
Yeah, it's really weird. And like, just see there, Missy. It's like Missy says, Göbekli Tepe is controlled by the WEF. Yeah, didn't they turn it over to what is it, like the Davos or whatever? One of those people they have like taking control of it right now, and it's basically just like a tourism is all. They're just wanting the tourism money out of it. They don't really
Right.
care what's there. Now they found some kind of big like time clock, that like predates. It's ridiculous, and they're like, oh well, we don't need to do it. It's only like 5% been excavated, and they're like, no, we'll just build on top of it and plant trees on top of it, and just look away. It's like,
Yeah.
well, there's got to be something else going on there. So yeah, I don't know. You ever heard of that, KJ?
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
She's lost over here. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about even?
I have no idea. Seriously. So I think most of this is probably going to be new to me. So that's cool too.
Well, that's kind of, we like having you
Yeah.
up here for that, to get your shock value on some of these. I know there's a few shows that we've done where you've been like, what? Holy cow, I had no idea that even, like, yeah, well,
Yeah,
welcome to the
yeah.
real world,
Came in a good mood, left terrified.
Right, exactly. It's like everything I've been told. We already ruined Disney for you last week. And then,
Right.
No, not completely. But
yeah, you're dreaming of that mouse all the time now, just coming over to see you here,
I had a nightmare actually that night.
Did you really? Were you Snow
No.
White in a nightmare or Cinderella? Which one is this?
I'm always Belle, but whatever.
don't
Beauty and
know
the
who-
Beast.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would have had no idea who that was.
Exactly. We know different things.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Yeah, at least you know your Disney cartoons. I'll give you that one on that. You got me beat on that one.
Oh,
Baker,
geez.
you back up and running, sir?
Yeah, I'm back up and running. Sorry about that.
All right, but y'all want me to go on ahead and drop a link out here?
Let's
I'll
do it.
do it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, go on ahead, and if y'all want to share that link out on your pages as well, feel free to do that. And I'll go ahead and pin this in the chat here, and we'll put a phone number up here in a second. If anybody wants to come on and give us their thoughts, that's kind of the point here. Free for all Friday this week. So if anybody wants to come on and join us, they are more than welcome to. So give me one.
You guys heard much about the Bimini Road? I just found out about this about a few days ago.
Down there in like south, like off the coast of Florida and Bahamas, kind of down there.
Yeah, where it looks like there's a road underneath the ocean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do they have much tourism kind of stuff down there for that? I'm curious.
I mean, I think it's not really. I don't think it's that easy to get to, really. You know, it's not like and maybe I'm wrong with that. I've never dove it myself, but it. I don't know. I really don't know that much about it. I've just heard, you know, the things some people saying, oh, that might be Atlantis, and that might be. You know, I have no idea. What do you got on it?
Well, no, I just actually found out about it. I was watching some Graham Hancock stuff, you know, because that's what I do when I sleep. And he was talking about the Bimini Road. I'm like, what is that? So then I started looking at like Google Earth images, and you can clearly see these rock outline that looks like what I would say would be like the size of a 4-lane highway. Of course, it's not obviously a highway, but you can see how the rocks are lined up. There's no way that's natural. There's no way that's natural. It's almost like it's almost like there was a flood.
Yeah, you would think so. All right, we got somebody coming in here. Let's see what they have to say. Give me 1 second, and I will go over here and bring up our buddy Nils. How's it going, Nils? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I've been looking forward to this for days.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to this show.
Yeah. So what do you got? What do you got going on?
First, I want to say, LW, man, I'm a huge fan of Graham Hancock. I have all of his books, and even cross-researching it, everything. It's just absolutely fascinating with him and Randall Carlson. But what I thought was interesting, when I was out in Missouri in 2015, they have a UNESCO World Heritage Site out there called the Cahokia Mounds State Historic Site. And one of the interesting structures out there is what they call the Blue Pyramid. It was part of a Native American settlement, and some of the it was like an ancient Native American city. Anyhow, so part of the largest structure of Cahokia is what they call the Monk's Mound, which is a massive multi-terraced earthen pyramid, and one of the first discovered remnants of an actual pyramid in North America.
Now, where is this exactly?
It's in Phelps County near St. James, Missouri.
And it's called the Blue Pyramid, you said?
The Blue Pyramid, yeah. It was, that's the same, that might be Cahokia Mounds. It says located near Collinsville, Illinois, but they have a similar one in Missouri. It's just across the Mississippi River from St. Louis. Near St. James.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a settlement called Yahweh City, but Cahokia, Monk's Mound specifically.
Huh. Yeah, I'd never even heard of that, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I found that out a couple of years ago. So, yeah, that's the remnants of an ancient pyramid, earthen pyramid in North America.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We're going to have to get you one day, Nils, to go over there and check out that Mothman stuff for us.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Shoot me an email, let me know. We'll do it.
Yeah, I'd like to get you on that bridge, you know, maybe like you camp out there all night or something like that.
You know, yeah. Not with those truck drivers.
I like how he laughed in there.
Yeah, do they allow, like is there much tourism there for that, where that is, or is that just kind of like you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Every September they have the Mothman Festival here with different musicians and groups and things like that, and just enthusiasts. And it's really interesting. When Bethesda Games made the Fallout 76 series, they actually came up and did a lot of research in the area on the Mothman, and of course, geomapping for the game. Point Pleasant was included in that.
So there's a game?
Yeah. There's a game called Fallout 76, which actually has the Mothman as a villain in it. But yeah, it attracts anywhere between 10 and 18,000 people every year.
To go see the Mothman, huh?
The Mothman Festival is what they call it.
Oh, well, I never even heard of that, but I've always wanted to go to one of those. Not like the Bigfoot thing's kind of like overhyped for me, but I think it's funny. Like if I would like to go to one of those, do they call it a festival or one of those cheesy things like that with Bigfoot? That would be kind of funny just to people watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's September 20th and 21st this year in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And they actually have bus tours from downtown to what we call the TNT area, which was the Army Ammunition Depot after World War I and just after World War II. And then it was closed. And one of the power plants back there for the Army Ammunition Depot was where the Mothman was first spotted. So they take bus tours up there, and they have local guides that will take you through the area. The power plant's been destroyed since, but they'll take you through the areas that he was spotted with quotes from the local
KJ,
people.
do you know about the Mothman?
I was trying to remember. I know I've heard about it, but I remind me like more detail.
So the Mothman was a giant moth-type cryptid that stood 8 to 9 feet tall with red eyes, and they said it was a humanoid with these big moth-type wings that
Like Jeepers Creepers? Is that the vibe?
Not really. It was more of just a mysterious creature that was spotted.
Okay.
But ancient lore was that this creature was an omen, like a harbinger of death before a bad event happened, whether it was a natural disaster or a man-made disaster.
So he appears before the event.
Yeah, and he's been seen all around the world. So one of the worst bridge disasters in the United States occurred in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the 60s. It was in December, and there's actually pictures of the Mothman on top of the bridge the day before it collapsed. And 42 cars plunged into the river. And then he was never seen again after that in our area.
So you believe all this? I'm just asking.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If it was
he's not the guy you want to see. Like if you see that, it's like bringing in a bad omen or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, he's been seen all around the world. In India, before the huge disaster with Union Carbide out there, he was spotted. He's been seen in South America. He's been seen just all around the world, North America, everywhere, on every continent.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get you to go over there and show us that sometime. How far is that from where you are? I mean, is that like
15 miles? It's just like 15 minutes up the road.
Oh, okay. So you're like right there. You're in Mothman country then.
Yep, Mothmanville is what we call it.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm like KJ. I know a little bit about it, but
yeah,
that
I had heard something, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that movie. The Mothman Prophecies or whatever. That's about all I know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that that's like the more modern take on it, but the storyline is the same as how it was reported here locally.
Right.
So yeah, that's our local cryptid, and if it was just like a single sighting and somebody saw it and whatever, you could say it was a hoax, things like that. But the fact that they actually have pictures and videos of this thing all around the world, and the same description matches the appearance of these.
Right.
So this creature, I don't know if it's multiple. And if you look at the original photo, and then you look at the modern videos that were captured in South America and in Europe and Asia, Southern Asia and Southeast Asia, it's spot on. You can tell it's the same creature.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that it was all over, like other places as well. I didn't know that. I thought it was just there in West Virginia, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, is the Mothman, I mean, is it like culturally appropriate in the other countries, or is it...
Apparently, it was spotted in West Virginia before Point Pleasant in the late 1800s in a town north of Charleston, West Virginia called Clendenin, and then it disappeared. And then it wasn't long after that they got hit with a major flood that nearly wiped out the entire town. And then it surfaced again in West Virginia in Point Pleasant when that bridge was built. So there was speculation going around that because it was on a former Army ammunition depot where they would store TNT and ammunition and other things, that it was a new type of super soldier or equipment that the Army had used. They try to say that the red eyes were because of these new night vision goggles they were trying to develop, and it was a rocket pack or something like that. So, I mean, there's all sorts of theories that had floated around in the area, and I think one of the original teenagers that had first spotted the creature and reported it in is still alive. And of course, there's the Mothman Museum in Point Pleasant that has the accounts from the local newspaper and other people in the region that have seen it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's interesting. I definitely like to hear more about that. Megan, I saw you there backstage. We're just bringing one person up at a time. It keeps the panels from turning into an absolute nightmare with everybody talking at one time. But yeah, Megan, if you want to come back in the back, you are more than welcome to come up here after Nils. So, yeah, just letting you know that we're just bringing one person up at a time so that people actually have their ability to say what they want to say instead of like 15 people all talking at the same time. It seems to flow a little better.
Mm-hmm. We want to hear you.
Right, exactly. We want to hear what each person has to say, not what each person has to say at the same time. So, All right, Nils, you got anything else for us? I do got a couple people backing up back there.
That's it, man. I appreciate you for having me up.
Hey, man, anytime, Nils, anytime. And definitely get back up with me. We'll have to do a thing on the Mothman. I'd like to see you go out there.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see like a live from there. So, all right, Nils, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for calling in, man.
You too. Thank you, bud.
All right, see you, man.
Later, buddy.
I feel like the Mothman would be easily attracted to light, and then you can just snipe them.
Well, I love moths. Those are like one of the few bugs I'll actually catch.
Yeah.
So that hurts me.
Well, you go Mothman hunting. How you doing tonight, Megan? How are you?
I'm not too bad. We've got an Australian version of, I guess, the abominable. I can't even say it. The Yeti or the Sasquatch or whatever you call him, called the Bunyip.
Now say that again. How do you pronounce that?
Bun, as in like bun, and yip. So I put them together.
Bunyip.
It's kind of hard to describe it to non-Australians. Like if you say, what's a bunyip to an Australian, they get it. And it's kind of like, the best way to describe it would be like the Sasquatch or the Loch Ness Monster, often talked about, never seen. And it's supposedly like a humanoid type stature that would just sort of like, when you think of the Sasquatch, it's like in the corner of your eye and you turn to look and it's not there. It's that kind of thing. And it was told to me by my grandma when I was like 5 years old, because I live in a bush town, that the bunyips hide in the bush. And if you go like bushwalking or whatnot, and this is like great for a 5-year-old with huge imagination.
That's so scary.
Yeah. As I said, it's kind of hard to describe. If you know the book Where the Wild Things Are, the Morris Sendak novel, it's that, it's Max's, I can't think of the creature's name, but it's like that creature that Max goes off with. It's like that creature. So, yeah, I just thought I would.
I thought that was freaky that Where the Wild Things Are, people would do nurseries of those. I'm like,
I loved it.
I loved it. I thought it was super.
Oh, that's creepy as all get out.
Yeah, but I love the
Nothing
line
like scaring the hell out of the kid.
I looked at it and went, what? You think that's scary? Like what? But I was an unusual child, which is why I'm friends with fools. Be that as it may. But yeah, it's kind of like...
Yeah, us oddballs attract each other, don't they?
I love that.
I like for like, right? But yeah, like I don't... And I will probably get thrown out of Australia for saying this, but I don't think it actually exists. Like the Loch Ness Monster or the Sasquatch, I could be completely wrong by that.
Yeah, Bigfoot is not real.
Like, oh yeah, the Loch Ness Monster exists. But yeah, I just want to come
the
up.
hell you say, KJ? The hell you say?
No.
She's like,
Bigfoot's
listen,
not real.
I was getting over Mothman, and you lost me when you said you like moths, because we've got ones like this big.
Oh, well, that's probably different. Like I like they get caught in my house and I'm like, I'll grab them and hold
Oh,
them.
and when they belt against the wall when you're trying
Well,
to sleep. Yeah.
Yours are bigger, so that's
Yeah.
different. I don't know if I'd be like, we'll see. You never know.
Yeah, but I just wanted to jump up while I was thinking of it because I'm sort of half dead from yesterday streaming all day. But I just wanted to let you know, yeah, I don't know if it's a conspiracy or, but as an Australian kid growing up in the bush, you were always taught about the bunyips being down by the water holes, and if you were ever out camping, and I'm with gutters, glamping or nothing. You would have
Right? Me too.
Yeah, I like
Now.
camping. I like camping
Now.
to have room service.
Listen, and if it's not 5-star, look, gutters as good as your RV is, no. But yeah, I just thought I'd jump up and share a different perspective with you fools.
No, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before either, so that's cool.
No.
That's kind of why we're
Yeah.
doing this.
If you look up like Australian bush folklore, you'll probably find it. But yeah, I just thought throw in a little multiculturalism for you tonight.
I like it.
Yeah, super cool.
So, yeah.
And if you do see that Sasquatch, that just means traveling full semi to Australia to hunt down
I was
that
going to say, I'm sure
Chief
I
Brody
met,
Funko doll.
I'm sure I met you. Actually, I've just ordered the Back to the Future set. I'm sure I saw you on a T-shirt when I was in Seattle as the Sasquatch LW. Or was that full?
that was
I was drinking a lot of coffee, so...
I want to say something so bad, but
go on, guys. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. And fools, just a note, as the daughter of a Freemason, a daughter and sister of Freemasons, on your Freemason flag on the back of Mickey's boat, you've got a C with the square and compass. It's actually a G for the grand architect of the universe.
Yeah, yell at AI for that one. That had nothing to do with us. We just had it create a thing, and it did that. We were just whatever.
I like demonic Mickey, but I saw the square and compass and went, yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah.
We actually didn't have that originally. It was originally the Eye of Providence, but for some reason it got mixed up and swapped, and we just rolled with it.
I love the intro, but as the daughter and sister of Freemasons, it's like, I gotta tell you that, but yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna jump down and
good to see you, darling.
Yeah, Megan, we appreciate you, and that's a cool story. So, as always,
sure.
I hope you're doing well too.
No, I'm on crutches at the moment.
Again.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
All right, Megan.
no,
Well, thanks so much.
I twisted my knee, and I've got to get off them in 4 weeks for my trip. First world problems. So yeah. So, I will jump down.
Well, feel better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll jump down and let the next person come up. But good to see you.
All right, thanks a lot,
see
Megan.
you, honey.
As always, good to see you.
Later, Megan.
All right, this is pretty cool here. Nil's saying, don't forget the Northern Lights will be visible tonight and tomorrow night in the northern USA. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I don't live in the northern USA.
No,
but,
I missed it last year. I think it was in the southern. So I was pretty upset. I saw him in Alaska, but one time I'd like to see him again.
All right.
we'll be able
Well,
to
hey,
see
we've got a interesting. The way he was kind of foaming at the mouth was quite interesting there. I thought for a second we might have had a cryptid on there in itself, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right.
What was your take on that, KJ?
I mean, I've kind of my people. I don't know.
She's just rolling with it.
familiar. I don't know. It's okay. It was funny. It's
Yeah,
all right.
definitely interesting.
He knew. He was like, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he's very eccentric.
Yes.
I guess that's a good word for copper. But
Yeah.
we do appreciate him. calling
Yeah,
in.
no, that was good.
Well, yeah. So Baker, what else you got? You got any other cool topics there that you've come across?
I've always got cool topics to talk about. That rock that apparently is heading our way, or at least they think it's a spaceship or whatever the fact. they think it is. It's it's interesting. I've seen some other things that, and this is probably fake news, but I did see something come across today about how they received a message from it or something, and it was. I haven't really dug into it too much, so I'm sure it's fake. But it's fun to think about. It's like, what if this is an actual alien probe?
First of all, I don't know what rocket you're speaking of.
Rock.
You don't know about this?
Yeah, explain this to KJ.
Explain to everybody.
You and LW have been diving into this one pretty big, so.
Well, they discovered it in Baker. I haven't kept up with it in a couple of weeks, but obviously the new update on it. But when is it supposed to make contact or come through, like 2026 or 2027?
Well, no, I thought they moved the timeline up to like September, October 2025.
Oh, no, you're right. It's November of this year.
So it drives like you do, Baker.
Are you saying a rocket or a rocket?
No, it's like it's a rock. It's like the size of Manhattan. It's just tumbling around in space. But what's weird about it is the trajectory that it's taken is kind of like at the plane of our solar system, which the chances of that happening is like 0.2%. So that's why people think, or scientists are actually thinking, that they think this is actually a probe. So they don't really know all of the details. They're just right now it's behind the sun, so they can't make any more observations, which blows my mind. Put a damn satellite behind there. But they can't make any observations right now. So currently, it's supposed to peek back out from behind the sun sometime in late September, October. And then it's going to come in close it's going to be in close contact with Mars, and then it's going to make a really close flyby to Jupiter as well.
Yeah.
But the way that it's actually the speed in which it's traveling is unusual, and again the direction it's kind of taken the perfect trajectory through our solar system to make an observation of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. So it's kind of strange, but yeah, I saw something earlier about there was perhaps some radio contact with it or something, or they picked up something from that direction, but I think it's hogwash. I don't really believe it, but it is fun to think about.
Yeah.
Well,
I hadn't heard anything about that, the radio thing. And KJ, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm not worried about it because the Guardians of the Galaxy will take care of it.
Right.
Well, I figured we'd have Bruce Willis up there,
Oh, no.
Well, no, that was an Armageddon joke, not a Bruce Willis joke, but
not a current one. Jeez. KJ, come on.
Cue the Aerosmith, and we will handle it. Get Steve Buscemi out of jail.
Right, what a great movie that was.
I know, it was. I liked it. Anyway.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Of course I did.
Did you cry at the end? That's the most important part.
She totally did.
I'm
she cried
sure
when Frodo,
I did.
Wait, Frodo wasn't in that one.
Frodo.
Deep Impact. Deep Impact was that one.
I cry at a lot of stuff, but I don't remember crying. I don't know. I probably did.
Yeah,
it's been a long time. That came out that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. Yeah, I don't know about this big rock spaceship thing that they... Bob Cassidy says he wants to catch a ride on it. He'll be out there hitchhiking.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, and whatever conspiracy theorist you grew up with, or anybody in the chat or whatever, but whether it be Alex Jones or whoever you prefer, I've been hearing about this supposed planned fake alien invasion since 25 years ago. So that always pops into my head when I see stuff like this. Is like, is this the fake thing that they're gonna do? What is this a distraction for? I don't know.
Yeah, they always have that thing that they're saying that they're it's going to happen. What is that? What was that, Project Bluebeam or something like that?
Right. And like I said, at the beginning of the show, Tulsi Gabbard just casually drops it in an interview that, there's probably aliens. I don't know, but I can't talk about it right now. It's just like, you just throw that out there,
All right, Baker has informed me that he's got a caller on the line, so we'll let Baker take that away. See how this works out. We'll test this phone line out and see if it actually works.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Who is the first caller?
Yeah, I don't know. We've
who's
new to
making
the
history?
call-in thing here, so we'll let Baker run with that whenever he wants to, so he can just interrupt us when he wants to.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
All right, so this is a caller from YouTube. So we've got Amy from Illinois. Amy from Illinois, you're on the line.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
Amy.
Amy
Hey.
from Illinois. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, Amy. Doing well. So, what you got for us tonight?
So I was telling Baker about this house that's over by where I live. It's about a mile down the road, actually. It's an old Shelton gang house. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they were into like bootlegging, and there was some kind of bootleg war out here, and a bunch of people were shot over several years, I guess. But it's haunted, the house. They've seen like a little boy outside with a ball, and there's no power to the house anymore, but sometimes you can see lights on. I've seen the lights. I've never seen the boy, but pretty cool.
Nice.
Now, what is do you know what the story is behind that, or is it just the local haunted house, or is it, is there like a cool story that goes with it, or?
They were during the Prohibition, they were a bootlegging gang. The Sheltons. It was kind of like a Hatfield and McCoy situation, from what I understand. But it had ties to like the mob. The house did.
Yeah, okay, and was like some little boy like killed there or something like that, or?
I'm assuming at some point, yeah.
Huh,
They always
that's-
talk about they've seen a little boy there. Supposedly there were hundreds of deaths linked to that house in this area. So they don't really even know.
Now, have you
was like-
been there?
I have, yeah. It's really
Okay,
creepy.
and growing up, was that like the scary house in the neighborhood, or?
Sort of. It's right off the highway by itself, so it's already creepy. There's no lights around it or anything, but sometimes you can see, like, you go there, drive by there at night, it looks like the house is lit up and there's no power to it. There hasn't been for at least 15 years.
So, is there any way possible we could get you to go live stream, like spending the night there one night?
Oh, I would not spend the night there, but I would go there.
I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
Absolutely
Hell
not.
to the
Would not
no.
spend the night
Hell
there.
to
No
the
way.
no.
Yeah, she shut that one. Amy shut that one down really fast on us there.
Right.
I get you some pictures. My ex-mother-in-law actually had stayed the night there when she was a teenager. Friends of hers lived in the house, and she said that the cabinet doors would open and lights would flicker, things like that.
Oh, wow.
Said it was
How
really
old is the
creepy.
house? How old is the house? I mean, if you had to guess.
Well, it was there during the Prohibition. I know that much. I think that it was built by one of the Shelton boys. So at least since then.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like growing up, like Halloween and stuff like that. Did people like to go there and like play the Ouija board or any of that kind of stuff?
I didn't.
That's
I like
something
it.
we would have done.
I didn't do that.
I'm with you, Amy. I want no part of that stuff.
Me either.
Yeah, me neither. I know.
Oh no,
No, thank you.
I've yeah.
I think people lived in it until,
Oh, so you couldn't just okay.
yeah. I think until about 20 years ago, I think someone lived in it, and then it was like, it's been kind of condemned now. It's not livable.
Yeah, I couldn't
Someone had
imagine
left the door
growing
open
up.
for a long time, but
Well, you
I
hear
don't
these
think
stories.
anyone wanted to live there anymore.
Yeah, you hear these stories about these people that move in and they have these haunted houses and things like that. And I mean, it would only take like, one or two things before I would be like, yeah, check please. I'm out of here, because
Yeah.
a lot of these people that, like you even look at like the Amityville thing, and like all this stuff starts happening. They're like, well, we'll just ignore that. Oh, well, it might get better. It's like, no. I'm just going to leave. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't test the waters. So my house, actually, we've had weird things happen here, and I try not to acknowledge it out loud. But
Well, tell us about those.
Yeah.
Acknowledge them out loud. We want to hear now.
Oh,
Oh no!
oh. What are you doing to the poor girl?
That's right.
If she acknowledges it, then she has to really think about
Well, you
it.
already did. I mean, you already brought it up,
yeah. So yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit.
Nice.
So,
Next
well,
week she's
one
gonna
day,
call and
me and
yell
my
at us
husband
all.
were sitting on the couch, and we both heard at the same time what sounded like my little girl running down the hallway, like her little footsteps, and go, hi. And then we both were like, looked around the corner, and she wasn't there. And I'm like, that was weird. So I went to ask her what she needed. She's like, I didn't come out of my room. But it was her voice. And then one day I opened my bedroom door, and it looked like, whenever you peek out the blinds and your hand, like, you move the blinds down to look out, it
Yeah.
looked like that, like, snapped up, like someone had been looking out the window. And then the most recent freaky thing was, I was scrolling TikTok in my bed, and my husband was asleep, and he looked at me and went, like, jumped back, and he said, I saw a floating head above you with black hair, like looking over your shoulder. And I was like, okay, you just ruined my night for the next week.
Oh, I'd have been like, who the
So,
hell is she? Who was she?
Oh my god.
Creepy shit.
A floating head. So when you see when your husband wakes you up, like, I saw a floating head above you. How do you go back to sleep after ever?
And how do you not go out?
Well, I did.
You're
How
like,
do you not go
whatever,
out-
I'm
go
on
out-
TikTok.
And how do you not immediately go out and get a for sale sign for that place?
Right? Or a match.
I definitely got up and got some wine, that's for sure.
At least then you'll have an excuse why you're seeing weird shit.
That's funny.
Right? Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't know anything was going on.
Yeah, so you were probably like,
Oh,
whatever.
you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, well, then he went back to sleep after he said it. And I was like, the next morning, I'm like, do you remember what you said? He's like, yeah, I remember what I said. That was weird. And I'm like, you really saw, like, you weren't asleep. You saw someone looking over my shoulder. And he's like, yeah, I saw someone looking over your shoulder.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
and you just
no.
went back to bed? What?
Right? Like, how did he?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you're fine. I'm fine. I'm tired. I got to work.
Yeah, pay no attention to
Yeah.
the floating head above you.
No.
That's funny.
Your wife and baby are laying there, but cool. Go back to bed. Yeah. Men, let me tell you.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
He's like, well, yeah. He's like, well, I just kind of figured I was seeing things because I was tired. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Thanks. So,
Oh wow. So yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of things. So how long have you lived in that house with the floating head?
2 years.
Okay. And so it's not like a regular thing or anything like that. It's just every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then something weird happens. It's not. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know. I guess I've made friends with whatever it is.
Mm-mm.
As long as they're friendly.
Well, I just try not to acknowledge it, you know?
You ever
I
thought
feel
about
like whenever people acknowledge it, that's when things go
I'm with
crazy.
you.
I'm
on
in
that.
here talking about it too, just so you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you ever thought about smudge in the house?
Is that the same as
No, I
burning?
don't know anything.
Do you mean
about
with
that sort of thing.
sage? Is that what
Exactly
you
with
mean?
sage. Yes.
Okay. I was like, wait. I
What did
hope
you think
that's
I
the-
meant?
Well, I don't know.
Listen, all right, we'll talk about this offline.
He's gonna educate you.
Yeah, I mean, you could always try like the, the holy water, or like you said, whatever. What'd you say? Be smudging it.
Yeah,
The
smudge.
sage.
Yeah, smudge it with sage.
Right.
You light the
Yeah.
sage on fire. You smoke it out.
I have friends that do their like sage stuff.
Or an insurance policy.
Yeah, they call it Jewish lightning there.
What if you do that? What if you do that and it doesn't leave and you piss it off? You know?
Well, then I'll
Right,
double
see?
sage it, and then I'll do my holy water.
Double sage it.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, but no.
Well, in
Hopefully.
the movies, I've seen where that didn't work, and they just came back madder.
That's funny.
See, that my luck. That would be. It's like I was leaving you alone. Now you want to chase me out of here. Like,
right?
but I
Oh,
don't
wow.
feel like imitating my daughter's voice is really leaving me alone. That's kind of creepy. But
Hmm.
Now, let me ask you this.
Like, it sounded just like her. Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
we
it
both
imitated
heard it
your
at the
daughter-
same
wait,
time
it-
and, like, turn around. Oh, sorry. What?
No, so you were saying it imitated your daughter's voice?
Yeah, like we were sitting here and we both turned at the same time, and we were expecting her to come into the living room, and I even got up and didn't see her. She wasn't there, and she never came out of her room. She was in there watching Gabby's dollhouse. She was like, I
She's
didn't
right.
talk to you. Okay, thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe do you own this house, or is this a rental?
Yeah, we own it.
Oh, okay. God, too bad it's not a rental. Good for you for owning a house. But yeah, have you ever thought about selling the house?
No.
Oh,
I'm going to be here for a while, unfortunately.
Oh gosh, yeah, I just have this, like if oh my God, I would want to move. I would just want to move.
Well, like I said, double sage.
Double.
Do the
sage.
holy, do the holy water. Do whatever
Well, I
you
mean, it's
can.
whatever religion you are that can help
Right.
make peace with it. But I mean, if it's not being
If you're not yeah,
aggressive,
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I think it's definitely like made its presence known, but it's not trying to hurt anybody or scare anybody,
Hmm.
So I don't know, because the whole thing about like thinking she was in the hallway, that does like really freak me out,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a bit
that,
creepy.
yeah,
It
that would
sounded-
like
it
freak
sounded
me
just
out to
like
where
her.
I'd move.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't have like I would have thought maybe I was just going crazy if he didn't hear it too,
Right.
But at the same time, we both like looked and she wasn't there, and I was like, that was weird. She was.
Now, has
she was in her room.
she-
She never came out.
Has she ever seen anything, or said anything like that, like to see, oh, my new friend? You're like, oh my God.
No, but she does kind of like, since we've moved into this house, she doesn't always want to go to like the bathroom by herself or be on that side of the house by herself, which is kind of weird. But she's 8, so now our baby kind of sometimes looks like he sees something that's like playing with him behind me,
Oh no.
But it
All right,
doesn't
that's
ever-
enough.
Nope, I'm out.
I gotta sleep tonight.
No, I'd
I'm
be
just kidding. No, yeah,
you
that's
all knew what
that's
you signed
freaky.
up for. Okay.
Oh my Lord.
No, that does freak me out though, because I understand like my 4-year-old will be like, I don't want to go to the bathroom by myself, and it's a long hallway. I get it,
Right.
but 8 years old, like that's yeah. You got
Yeah.
do they watch horror movies? Do you allow them to do anything like that? Because if you do, then that would make
No.
sense.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, My oldest one, yeah, but not the girls.
And there was a floating head over her
Um,
head. I'm pretty
Right.
certain those kids ain't making it up.
Yeah, you know, I think I'd have moved with the floating head or the voice, but now you got the baby seeing stuff behind it. Oh, geez.
And remember that adults they have already learned to just kind of push stuff off that they see. If you think you see something out of the corner of your eye or whatever, where kids are very sensitive when they're young, and so
They
they
can
haven't
sense.
learned.
Yeah.
They haven't learned to push all that stuff off. So when they say, "Yo, Mom, I seen some dude that looked like old Fred in the basement," they probably did see somebody
Ew.
look like old Fred in the basement.
Yeah.
You know, that actually makes me think of another story that I have. The same town, by the way. So, me and my ex-husband lived in an apartment above a barber shop. And there was another apartment under, so it's the barber shop in the front at the bottom. And then there was a smaller apartment behind the barber shop, and ours was above those two things, if that makes sense. So we had our neighbor, his name was Scott. Well, he had a kidney transplant and got sick, and he was in the hospital. We knew he went to the hospital, but he had actually passed away, and we didn't know it. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. I heard him downstairs laughing, and I thought, oh, Scott came home. I said it to my ex-husband. He's like, oh, that's great, you know. We went to bed. Next morning, saw that he died. Well, my son, Jason, he was probably about 2 at the time. Every time we would go up the back steps where the apartment was, he would be waving like he was seeing somebody, but, you know, Scott was dead. But he always talked to him. He'd always talk to him whenever we were coming in and out, you know. So that was weird. Kids seeing things made me think of that one.
It sounds like your town is, overrun with ghosts.
It's like Sleepy Hollow.
Right. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's... Ugh.
Oh, geez. Well, Amy, thanks so much for, you will forever go down in the books as being the first person to ever call that call-in number.
That's
right. So, that's absolutely awesome. Cool. You were the first one to ever call that number. Baker just set it up last night, actually. So that's super cool. So you got anything else for us? You're always welcome to call back in anytime.
No, I think that's all I got right now.
We appreciate it. Not only
But
the
you're
first
welcome.
caller,
Thank
you
you
were
for-
you were a great caller too. So appreciate it.
Yeah, that was
Thanks for calling
awesome.
in.
Just be safe. Double sage.
Yeah, double sage, as KJ says. Go on ahead, double sage that thing.
Double
called priest.
sage, holy water, whatever you need, girl.
That's right.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, if you're
To
comfortable,
talk
it'll
to a
be
preacher or
fine.
something. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely something weird going on, but we just try to coexist.
Keep the positive and...
Good luck.
Geez. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell him to chill with the floating head stuff.
The floating head, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that was it mushrooms involved? I mean,
Well, and imitating the kids. Can we find not...
the imitating the kids, that's too much, yeah.
Yeah, definitely no drugs involved. But I told him, I said, listen,
That's
I don't care
unfortunate.
what the hell you see behind me. Don't you ever tell me about it again.
Right. Lie, okay? Just lie to me.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Go to
Yeah.
hell, lie to me. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
geez.
if it's not so bad that you're going to roll over and go back to sleep,
No,
I
it
don't
couldn't
need
have
to know about
exactly.
it.
It couldn't have been that bad if he rolled over and went to sleep. So that's good.
Right?
That gives you a little peace.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Thanks for having
Good night.
thanks so much.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so much,
Amy.
Miss Amy. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, awesome.
me. Yeah, of course. Have a good one.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. Amy calling in there. Appreciate you, Amy. I, for one, would move out of that house.
Yeah, me too.
I would be gone. So yeah, next up we do have the wonderful Mr. Duggar coming in to say hello to us. How you doing tonight, Mr. Duggar?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I've listened to that lady's story. I've seen an old movie. I think it was Laurel and Hardy movie where they went in a ghost house and this guy seen a ghost. He run past his horse and the horse was galloping. He said, "So long, horse." That's the way I'd have got out of there. Plane ticket and a priest, bro. Floating heads, I'm out. I'm definitely out.
Yeah, I'd have definitely been out on the floating heads. A little creepy thing with the kid too. I mean, that's definitely neat. I'm glad we did get to test the call-in line though. That actually worked really well. So Baker,
cool.
Big shout out to you on that one, setting that up.
Yeah, sounded great.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad it worked. Really, honestly, I was a little nervous. I was like, "Oh boy," because there's a lot. People don't know what I'm doing in the background to make this work. But I have a pilot's checklist back here.
The only thing about ghosts, I wasn't scared of Barb's grandmother's ghost in our house, but Barb would talk to her all the time, and then not remember having a conversation. But I'd watch my dogs. And they would just like follow somebody walking across the, you could just tell they were looking at something, and then they'd watch it move. And I don't know, man, I'm out on that. But I just wanted to come in and say I would advise that woman as a lawyer to run, get out of that house, sell it. Don't ever tell that story in public ever again. But
No, I don't feel that way.
Get rid of that house. Mum's
and
the
just
word.
like the grandma's, like I don't get really. I know this is surprising to TF, but I don't. If someone's talking to their grandma or something like that, stuff doesn't scare me. As long as it's someone that it was not like evil. That I'm not scared by that type.
Well, don't a lot of times things like that pretend to be something else?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You don't think so?
It's evil.
She's like, no.
I'm gonna keep
find out it's the evil clown
from Poltergeist, the evil clown. Ooh.
Oh, you don't like clown dolls, KJ?
No, I don't. That's funny. Poltergeist is one of the scariest sets of movies, I feel like, besides Pet Sematary, the original.
Pet Sematary scared you?
Oh, are you kidding me? Forget about it. Yeah, it's horrible.
See, I didn't think that one was scary. I didn't think Pet Sematary was scary.
Oh yeah, Rachel. Yeah. There's some. Yeah.
When I was a kid, that Poltergeist, the old man going up to the screen door.
Oh my gosh! Let me in.
My sisters and I were horrified.
That was the scariest part, but that was the second one.
Whichever one, we
Yeah.
didn't like it.
No, I grew up. My sisters are terrifying. They meant to do all. We watched so many horror movies. Poltergeist is. Yeah, those are some scary stuff.
Trip in the chat. Neither do I. Neither do I, Trip. Good to see you, Trip. Good to see everybody in here. See all these wonderful people coming through tonight. Just everybody here. We really do appreciate you. Whether you're watching over on X or you're watching on LW's platform, Gutters, or over here on Traveling Fools. No matter where you are, we're happy to have each and every one of you tuning in over here. So please make sure you hit the thumbs up, share this stream out, do whatever that does help get the stream out to other people. So, Mr. Duggar, let me ask you, you've got to have had some kind of, scary story or, folklore in your towns growing up or anything like that. Any kind of cool things like that?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of dead cowboys over here in Espanola and a lot of in Madrid and all that area back in the day. There was, they say if you stacked bodies up, they'd be like 10 deep around the town of Sirius. And a lot of them old hills, they're spooky at night. You know what I mean? People lost gold, lost their lives and stuff. I didn't come up here to talk about spooky stories. I just come up here to tell you a lady moved out of that house. I was happy I got a call on your line. I'll open it back up to let somebody else call in. But yeah, I've seen some weird stuff in my life that just not explaining. Like, one minute there was somebody there, next minute there wasn't somebody there, or you'd hear a voice but there wouldn't be nobody around. And some of these old houses and stuff, and it's just like, ugh, it gives you the willies, And when you got dogs start growling, and you don't see nothing, what's up? What are they seeing that you don't see?
I have had that experience before, with my dog. Yeah.
And nothing outside, you know what I mean? They're growling at something inside the house. So, but like I say, I didn't come up here to share stories with you. I just come up here to say, I just want to let that woman know, moving, she needs a lawyer. I'll help close her out on it. Y'all take care and have a good night. I like being a guest every once in a while on your show.
All right, Mr. Duggar. Well,
good
as
night.
always, we appreciate you, Bubs. The best lawyer on all of YouTube. It wouldn't be right if he didn't go out to his favorite music there. Mr. Duggar, thanks for coming on with us.
Peace, man.
And keep having as many Duggars as possible. So it's going to be a Duggar America, everybody.
There we go. Mr. Duggar checking in with us. Always love hearing from Mr. Duggar.
That was awesome.
I've cleaned a lot of graves, and I only had one time that it
You've
freaked me
what?
out. I clean graves. And I've
Come
only
again?
Yeah, she
Like
goes
the
and digs them
headstones.
up, and all this stuff.
No.
Yeah,
I clean their stones. I clean people's stones.
Oh,
And
That's sweet.
I've only had one creepy time that almost ran me out of the cemetery. And it was really weird. It was at the end of town, where there's not a lot going on at that end of town, but there's a stoplight there. And so people are stopping frequently on a 2-lane road, but they really can't see into the cemetery. And I'm kind of at the front of the cemetery, cleaning this entire family, and I'm on the last stone for this family. Actually, the second to the last stone. And I'm figuring I can finish both of those, and I can start on the next family that are right ahead of them. And I happen to look out of the corner of my eye, and I see this guy, and he's first I'll explain how he's dressed. He's in what looks like it's springtime, and he's in what looks like to be a wool dress, and it's got pockets on the front of it, and it's got a hood on it, and it's also got almost like drawstrings, but just kind of ropes that are there. Like, it almost looks like it's of the same piece of material. And he's quite a ways away from me. He also has sandals on, and I couldn't tell you if they were leather. I only know that they're sandals because I could see his feet. And then he has what looks like kind of like a fanny pack, but it's hanging over his shoulder. And it actually only has one piece of flap that goes over, and that's it. And that's all I remember of what and everything was like a brown or green, dark green color, almost like it was all wool. Anyways, I'm watching this guy, and I kind of am always aware of my surroundings, and I noticed that he's getting closer to me. And I thought he was just looking at graves. And then I thought he was just a homeless guy that was in the cemetery, because the homeless kind of slept over on the other side of the cemetery. And I thought, oh, maybe that's what it is. And so I just keep watching, and pretty soon he's not 100 feet from me. I mean, he is close. And at that point, I I only have like metal stuff for around the stone, because you can't touch the stone with anything metal or you'll ruin it. And so I have the screwdriver that I'll dig out around the stone before I get ready to cut into the soil. And so I take this screwdriver and I stick it underneath my knee, because I'm kneeling on knee pads. And it's just one straight knee pad that actually sits on the ground. And so I take that screwdriver and I kind of stuff it underneath there, and I call Marvin and he don't answer. And then I call Matt and he don't answer. And then I call my daughter, and finally she answers. She gets a hold of her dad. Her dad brings me what I need to feel safe. But before he gets there, this guy gets within, I'd say, 25 feet of me. And I mean, he's close, and but as he gets very close, and then he drifts away. He kind of walks like 2 graves away, and then he kind of stands there and looks at it and kind of mopes around it, and then he gets a little further away. And pretty soon I look over and I watch this dude kick this limb on this. It was like one of those tall arborvitaes, and the limb had like broke free from the rest of it, and it was like leaning over the fence, and he kicked it. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. And he didn't run or anything. He just kind of walked up, or he just kind of walks up and kicks it. And I thought, well, that's weird. Just seemed a little strange. Well, Marvin shows up, brings me what I need, and as he drives up, that guy, we don't see him at all. I mean, he was just there in my peripheral vision, and by the time I look and see Marvin driving up, he's gone. And Marvin's like, well, I'm going to go look for him and see if I can find him throughout the cemetery. He looks, he can't find him nowhere. It was the weirdest thing. But before Marvin leaves, I'm telling him the story and telling him what has gone on. And he's like, I don't think you better stay. And I'm like, bullshit, I got one more. Either you stay with me or I'm protected now. I'll be fine. So he says, okay, fine. He goes throughout the cemetery. He can't find anybody. And we walk over to this bush that this guy has kicked, and it is over 6 feet above. I mean, it's 6 feet high, and it's leaning over. How he kicked that, I don't know. And he stood flat-footed and did it. I thought, this is the weirdest thing. Anyways, needless to say, even though Marvin left me there for the few minutes, it didn't take me long to clean that last grave and get the hell out of there. It scared me pretty bad, man. I was scared. So I never cleaned another grave from there again. That was it. I didn't go back there. It freaked me out too bad. I actually went and found a graveyard that the minister and his wife live right beside the graveyard, and they're home all the time. And I cleaned that entire graveyard. It was 107 graves or 106 or something like that.
Gosh, that's really sweet that you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that you had such a horrible experience, but holy cow.
I'm kind of glad Gutters got, stalked by a ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking when she was early in the story, I was like, I hope this is just really Marv messing with her the whole time.
Oh, no, dude, it wasn't. I'm telling you what, it freaked me out. And we never seen him again. The other thing he did was he went and laid over on one of the graves. There was a grave, some of those stones are really big, and it almost looks like an altar itself.
Are you sure he wasn't a tweaker?
No, he was not. I don't think so. He did not. I don't know what the hell it was. I'm telling you. At first, I thought he was homeless. I cannot say what it was. I'm telling you.
It creeped you out enough to stop.
Yeah.
So that's pretty scary.
Yep, I was done. In fact, the lady that I had to get a hold of every time I wanted to go and clean graves, after a few weeks, she called me and she said, you haven't called and asked about cleaning any more graves. Is there a problem? And I was like, well, I don't know. Something freaked me out there. I don't know if it was homeless. And I kind of explained it. I didn't go into great detail, but I did explain to her that there was something over there and he freaked me out. And she's like, well, I told you that we would drive by often and we'd have the cops by often. I'm like, yeah, I know, but they'll be there just to clean up the mess. No thanks. I'm good. So, yeah.
That's scary.
But yeah, it freaked me out. He had long brown hair too. I'm not kidding you, dude. And at the time, I didn't think anything about it. Like it didn't, none of his garb, none of it even. I didn't question any of it. I really thought it was probably a homeless dude. But then, yeah. Then when he got closer and he was just acting so weird, and I seen how high that bush was that he kicked, I'm like, Jesus, no way.
No.
Wow, so that's
Yeah.
that's the only weird thing that's ever happened. Now, do you ever clean the graves at night?
No, and I'm
No,
never
who
going to.
would do? Like it's such a blessing she does that. Would you do it at night on Halloween?
Right. With it, all you can take with you is your cleaning supplies, a French maid outfit, and a lantern.
French maid out.
It's 1 a.m. I hope nothing weird
Wow.
happens.
And a
Wow.
lantern. Exactly. And you have to
Oh,
live
that's
stream
funny.
this too. Not on your OnlyFans, but here on YouTube. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
dang it. Well, folks, the lines are open. If anybody else does want to call in, you are more than welcome to call in. Tell us your ghost story. Tell us your, any of that kind of cool stuff. Let me put the number back up here. I just realized that wasn't up there. But hang on, wrong one. You'd almost think, and we haven't quit our day jobs yet, folks. Bear with me here. Here we go. There, the number's back up there. The link is pinned in the chats, whether you are watching here on Traveling Fools over here, or if you're watching on Gutter's Pub or LW's channel, or if you're watching on X. Either way, there's the number. Link is pinned in the chat for StreamYard. Yeah, what about you, KJ? What's the scariest thing ever happened to you?
And she left.
KJ's muted. I don't know. She probably ran to go use the back porch. LW, what about you? You got anything cool for us?
Well, as far as the ghost thing, years and years ago, I was with a lady. We went over to her family's house for like a barbecue and stuff. And we were all out in the backyard. You know, it was probably like 20, 25 people, all of her family and stuff like that. And we're sitting there eating, and then everybody's drinking, and all these stories started coming up, of talking about the ghost and how they believe in them. There's people in the family, like her and her father had like they said they were in the same room where like just out of nowhere a lamp flew across the table and hit up against the wall and broke, and that in front of their neighborhood some girl got hit by a car, and then when they come sometimes at night when they come into the neighborhood, leave the neighborhood, they all see her. And I just remember like all of these people in the same place saying they've seen the same things, been in the same room when they saw the things. And I just remember this like darkness that like came over the backyard, and I was just like, I got to get the hell out of here. I think if people want to see it, they'll see it. I don't know what's going on there, but I just remember feeling I got to get out of here. That's my only ghost type story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember one time when I was really young, we had, actually, it was a man that he had died by another man who shot him in the back of the head. And the man's wife of the man that was shot, we were all good friends with this family, and we were helping her. She was going to move into town because they lived out of town. And she was going to let the kids stay in the house, and she needed help moving stuff. So we went up to help her, and we went out into the garage and to get boxes. And there was a telephone out there. And we had been in and out like a dozen times. And at one point, she came in and she was just pure white. And we're like, "What's wrong, Jen?" And she's like, "I don't know." And it took forever for my mom to get it out of her. And I was pretty young, But I remember my mom telling us that she had the phone rang out in the shop, but it wasn't hooked up to anything. It was just an old phone that hung there. It wasn't. It was never hung up. It was never. And that when she lifted up the phone, it rang, and she lifted it up, and it was her husband, Claude, and that he was telling her everything was going to be all right. And she dropped the phone and came into that, just turned around and walked into the house, like forgot the boxes, everything. She was obviously pure white at that point. Scared the hell right out of her. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember the only other thing was when I was a kid, I was friends with somebody, and his grandmother was real into like Santeria type stuff, and I remember them telling the story of the phone would ring and it wasn't plugged in and stuff like that. I've just always been, the first sign of anything like that, I am out of there.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I'm the same way.
When they were telling that story, I was at the front door before they finished the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally the same way. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. Yeah, you know, I would be. I always look at like the Amityville thing. You know, you always go back to that because that's kind of like the staple one. But you go and you look at it and you're like, no thanks, no thank you. I want nothing to do with it. It's like even in the movie, which I know most of it's fake. But you know that like the priest and the things like stay away from room number 2 or whatever. They get out. All this stuff. It's like, okay, I get the memo. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it. Oh, ignore this. It'll go away. No, I'm going away. I'm out the door.
Wait, Amityville, isn't that the one with the murderous father?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the real story of it is what I'm talking about. Like the real story of that place. It was based on a supposedly true story, but I think it's all BS anyway.
One time,
really,
I remember one time.
I want more info.
We took the kids to a haunted house, and it was down in downtown Portland. I mean, you're never gonna see anybody there that you know, and we wait in line. We finally were going through the haunted house, and it's like a really cool haunted house. Like they built this haunted house, and at one point there's this crazy doctor scientist, and there's 2 doors that you walk in one and then you walk out the other one, and they keep opening and shutting these doors they'll let so many people in, and of course then she torments them and lets them go, and then we all come in, and there's like 25 of us, and she scares everybody and goes through the whole thing, and we're at the end of this 25 people, and we all get ready to go out the door, and just as I get ready to go, I'm right behind Marvin, and I've got a hold of the back of his shirt, and I'm trying to get through the door before they shut it, and she grabs my arm and pulls me back in, and they shut the door, and I'm in there by myself. The other door is shut. Nobody's coming through. I'm in this haunted spot by myself, and she's like, "Oh, and now I got you by myself, my little pretty." And she's like going, doing all this shit, getting right up next to me and right in my face. And she's just I am just so freaked out. And she's like, "Are you scared?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me go. And she says my name. I'm like, "What? How do you know my name?" And she's like, she says it again, and I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" And then pretty soon she's like, "It's me." And it was Karen. It was somebody I worked with, the bitch, and I did not know it was her. She scared the hell out of me.
You get trolled by your coworkers at a haunted house. I remember when I was like 17 or something, and I was up north, and I went to this fair. And I'm sitting there in this fair, walking around, and carnival, and you got the big, all the shit going on with the guess my weight and guess your weight and the whole, carnies running around and all that jazz. And all of a sudden, I start hearing my name getting yelled from a carny, mean, he's got the microphone, hey, TF, blah, 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 come over here, do this, this game, like, taunting me. And I realized it was this guy I went to, like, high school with. It was like running the thing at the carnival. I guess he had become, was traveling with a carnival. And he was doing, I forget what game it was, throw the ring around the Coke bottle or whatever the hell it was.
Whatever Joe Dirt did.
Right, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I'm like, no way,
Right.
And, yeah, he got like $70 from me, and I didn't even get the stuff to him. He was good at his job. He was really good at his job. So what about you, KJ? So you've had to have some kind of weird, crazy things going on. And folks, the lines are open if anybody does want to call in. There is the call-in link, and there is the link pinned in everybody's chats on Gutters, LWs, and over here. Feel free to come on and tell us your story. What about you, KJ?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I was like the weakling and the scaredy cat for sure of my family. And I feel like I haven't had that type of experiences, but I feel like I've been around people passing away in real time. So I don't know. Now that I'm older, that stuff doesn't scare me. I haven't really had any experiences. However, my sisters have, their aunts in Tennessee they lived in an old schoolhouse, and so they had experiences that they've told me about. But I'll be honest, I haven't. The only thing is, like, okay, maybe I did, in the Monty house.
Here comes the suppressed memories.
Well, this is not really. It's like, I don't know. It's silly. But I swear I saw and I was a kid. I was probably 10, 9, whatever. But like a troll, or an elf or something in the corner of my eye, right? And I looked, and I could have sworn I saw him, and but you know what I'm saying? I didn't think, I was pretty good at,
Are you sure it wasn't Philip?
You so
Okay,
That's
guys.
funny. No, but
No private jokes.
I knew this girl.
No.
Oh, no, to finish your story first, then I'll tell you a funny
yeah.
story.
But anyway, so I think I've experienced little things like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't experienced
Little
a lot
things
of
like that.
Well, just out of the corner in your eye, and I just brush it off. Like, I think my sisters terrorized me so much, and I saw so many horror movies starting from 6 years old and up, that as I got older, it's like it didn't affect me anymore. I was like so numb to it. Like, look, I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna shit my pants in an hour. But I do, like, now it's like, I don't know, even a haunted house. Again. No, but even haunted houses, like, I took my nephew, who, I raised him for like 14 years, but I took him and his friend to a haunted house, and we went, and like I was so amazed. Like, it's like, it doesn't scare me anymore, and anyone who knows me would think that's such bullshit. But they were like, you weren't even scared. And I'm like, I wish I was. I don't know. I just, like, I'm so numb to the horrors of life. I think it's like, I don't know. But okay, knock on wood. Double sage, holy water.
You're double saging your place tonight.
No, I
Definitely
don't
gonna
do
have
the
it.
sage, but I'll do the holy water.
Okay, she's more of a holy water.
Yeah.
What is the point of sage? So I'm not not into that sage stuff, but
Yeah.
what does that supposedly
So
do?
I don't know, like, I just know that sage is supposed to, like, take the negative, like the evil, spirits away. And they'll actually burn sage, and like, it's kind of like, when with the ashes, do you know what I mean? That type of thing. Yeah.
Well, that's true. If that's true, I agree with what you said earlier. Double up on it.
Double up on anything you need. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Baker, are you still with us?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, I haven't heard anything from Baker in like 20 minutes. What about you, Baker? You got any crazy, weird stories?
I mean, here's the thing. I used to do a lot of EVP processing for amateur ghost hunters, I guess. I don't know. I was bored. And
I love this.
Seeing that I had the audio equipment, I've had some personal experiences. I don't want to talk about them right here. Not yet. It's a long story, so I don't want to do that. We've only got like 20 minutes of online left. But I have heard some things in my headphones. I'm like, what in the hell was that? Some of the things I just flag it in the software I was using and just kind of move forward. But I've definitely heard voices. Now, whether or not it was echoing off the wall or if it was somebody in the background, I have no idea. All I can do is mark it. But there was a couple of growls that I heard that sent chills up my spine. So when people talk about demonic stuff, some of the stuff that I've heard, I definitely 100% believe there is some negative spirit of some sort, whether it's demonic or just a negative spirit. But
no, I believe in that stuff. I personally, I don't know. I block it out.
What I don't believe in is those folks that put in, those white noise machines and then they claim to hear voices out of it, or if they point a camera at the screen while it's doing its fuzz, the salt and pepper look on the screen. By the way, I have a sidetrack on that. You guys realize that?
Sorry.
No, the salt pepper on the screen look, the fuzzy, like back in the day, the analog signals that you'd see. So allegedly, if you point a camera at it, you could see faces. So, I've had cousins swear up and down that they've seen something in the TV. But fun fact, that static you see on the screen, that's
like
the
poltergeist.
Well, yeah, just like poltergeist, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just talking just the signal that you see on the TV that comes in fuzzy. That's actually background radiation from the universe that your antenna's picking up and displaying it on screen. Just a little fun fact there.
What is that? What does that even mean?
It means that's from.
I'm with you. I'm with KJ. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but it's got radiation in it. That's the only part I know.
Well, it's so you guys have seen that picture of the universe and Chandra telescope. I think it's the one that took the picture of the radiation. You see that big ball that has all the colors in it, and it's got like purples and reds and yellows. That's supposedly a picture of the young universe as it was glimpsed back in time. And that was like the leftover radiation. So whenever you turn a TV on that's still analog, even though they're not really used these days, you can see that static on screen. That's actually just picking up signals from the universe. That's leftover background radiation from the inception of the Big Bang.
Is that like really?
Yes, really, absolutely.
Huh? I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, there's all kinds of like I guess if you put it this way, light waves, right? The sun, we see the sun in the sky. That's nothing more than just a big ball of photons, and photons are nothing but radio waves after they get stretched out over time. So, we're seeing light from these distant stars. We're also, seeing the gamma radiation from exploding stars. We're seeing, ultraviolet radiation with different types of cameras and satellites in the sky. So yeah, the universe is pretty amazing, which still makes me wonder if we're in a simulation or not, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Hey, they found mathematics
I ain't buying that.
Listen, they found mathematics in something called an adinkra. They called it an adinkra. And when you look at it, it is a mathematic code for error correction. And the only way that you find those is in software. So you can vote it down all you want. You can vote it off the island all you want, but I'm subscribed to that whole thing.
So you think we're living in a simulation?
I think it's very possible we are, yes.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really bought into that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I blame Keanu Reeves. That's all I'm saying.
Would you take the red pill or the blue pill, KJ?
I would take
at the same time.
both.
Hold on.
I would take half of both.
Half of both.
That's
no, you wouldn't. I know you.
That's funny. No. Okay, me today. I would take half of both.
Okay. All right. Mellow you right out there in the middle.
That's funny.
Oh man, that's too yeah.
So just a preference. I said it's likely. I feel like we're in a simulation. The string theory lines up with it. The fact that Professor James Gates found the mathematic code in the Adinkaras that is error correction. I mean, there's a lot of fingers pointing at a simulation, but I mean, really, all the universe, the universal language for the universe is mathematics, and mathematics is the same thing as binary. So I mean, you can all link it together. Who knows? They may just be related, but not really the same. We don't really know. All we do know is that we've got a rock hurtling to us at the fastest speeds we've ever seen from an interstellar object, and it's coming in at the same plane as our solar system, which is very rare.
But is it? Or are they just telling us that?
No, it is. It absolutely is. They've measured it, and they went when they spotted it in the sky. No, when they spotted it in the sky, they went back in old photos that they had taken from months before and found it, and they plotted its course, and they know where it's going. Now, once it arrives from behind the sun, they don't know what trajectory it's going to have because the sun's gravitational pull could yank on it more or less. But right now,
he said yank.
It's coming in right at our ecliptic plane of our solar system.
I mean, at this point, I'm ready for it. So let's go. Let's do this.
Can it wait till after football season, though?
At least
hold on.
You need to
Hold on.
go
It
before
depends.
football season.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind waiting till after football season.
Too bad.
Hey, Gunners is like bring it on and let football
Bring it.
season just not happen. She's just hoping that football season doesn't happen.
Well, I
Right.
guess then my wish would come true, wouldn't it? No more football. Wow, that echoed.
It did. I like
did.
that.
I did
I
echo
like that.
somehow.
Say it again, Gutters. No more football.
KJ, you hate football too?
No. You know what? Look, I'm a poser. And
She hates
I'm an
football.
honest poser. I try, dude. I try so hard to really get into it, but I still support my state, bruh. Like, I still support the dogs.
Yeah.
Go dogs. Whoop! Yeah, let's not even go there. I can't wait to send memes. I'm going to be like, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. It's
What was that? What was that again? You're going to be like, what now?
beep, boop, beep, boop. Because I know, whatever. Well, let's not, whatever. I'll send you the beep boops.
Crispy's doubting your poser skills. He says if you tell on yourself, you're not a very good poser. So,
Well-
yeah, you're gonna have to pose. You put your pose in check here, lady.
Okay, maybe I'm not. Well, but if I watched it regularly, I just can't. I try and I'm like, boring. I'm like, whatever. Let me go on YouTube. Just kidding.
Oh, geez. Well, folks, yeah. What do you say on that note? Can you give us one more of those beep boop beep boops?
Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop.
I like it.
Bama sucks. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Hey, what did I do?
I do like the Bama sucks thrown in there. I do like that part of it.
Y'all are 0 for 2 so far.
Whatever. Roll Tide.
See, Trip agrees. He's like college football is the best. Thank you, Trip.
I'm
we will
just
we will
kidding.
convert
It's
gutters
wonderful.
eventually.
I
We will
try.
convert gutters. And look, Baker's even wearing an Oklahoma shirt. So
Oh, well,
Always.
Boomer sooner, bruh.
Boomer fucking sooner.
Boomer sooner. That's a different, yeah. It's a different animal, isn't it?
Very much so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody got gutters? Let's go ahead and wrap this up. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. That's what we always like to try to hit. Gutters, what you got coming up this week?
Not a whole lot. Just, the same old, same old. Of course, we'll be rolling in on Tuesday with another stream. It might be a little less political. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So Tuesday nights, make sure you check out Gutters. If you're not subbed up to her, make sure that you go over there and do that right now because it is very important. KJ, you got any cool stuff coming out for us?
I'm gonna be putting some more songs, a little R&B type stuff more than country because I love everything. So, yeah, if you do listen to me, awesome. I'm a little heavier on the gram than I am on the tube. So, anyway, check it out.
Oh, you say Graham, and I think Graham Hancock. You're talking about Instagram, so that gets me confused there.
I'm heavy. I'm heavier on the Instagram, but I'm trying. I'll whatever I put on the gram, I'll put on eventually.
The gram, oh,
and I talk more on the tube than I do on the gram. So anyway,
the gram. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What? Could somebody type KJ's link in there into the chat? Or I think
I tried to.
Crispy, I will guarantee.
I'm not
she'll
good
be
at this
on it in
stuff.
just a
I
minute.
tried to add it.
Yeah, maybe one of the mods could drop that in there. I don't know why this thing's not quite working right. Gutter's her
But
link
Gutter,
just
when
got
are you
dropped.
on Tuesday? What's your
What, sweetheart?
when are you on? What's your
I
time?
start at 7:00 real time.
Fake time.
Fake
That's-
time. So
yeah,
what's
that's
And
10 o'clock. 10
10.
o'clock real time.
Okay. Oh, that's possible for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does a
Come
fun
hang out with
show.
us.
She does a fun show. on
Yeah, I
Tuesday
really
nights.
do. Yeah, I need to. Okay, cool.
Yeah, come hang out if you get a chance.
Yeah.
By
Right.
all means.
All right, LW, you got any fun stuff coming
All right.
up?
Well, next week is a big week. The kids going to be busy starting back to school. But I might do something tomorrow night. So everybody look out for that. I might, not 100%, but I'll try to. And I just want to say thanks to the people who called in StreamYard and our first caller on the phone line, Amy from Illinois. Appreciate that. It was a fun show.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, and Baker, big shout out to you for making that work there. That worked really good, and we could hear her well, and that seemed to really work out. So,
Absolutely,
big shout out to Baker there. Everybody, look out for LW tomorrow night. His link, I think, just got dropped there in the chat as well. So make sure everybody subs up LW. And Baker, you ain't got nothing coming up, do you? You're not like starting a YouTube channel that we don't know about.
No. And if I was, I wouldn't tell you guys and just have fun with it.
I
Well,
don't blame
thank you for all your hard work.
Yeah. I love doing it for you guys. This is great. This is fun for me.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was fun, and I'm glad we just had kind of a chill night tonight. I'm not sure what we'll be covering next week, but I'm sure we'll have some kind of cool topic coming for you. Make sure you tune in Sunday night at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time over here at Traveling Fools for Trivia Night. We are coming back this week. We missed it last week. I had too much going on, but we will be back this week with Trivia Night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time over here. Anybody else got any last words? Please make sure, let me say this, you hit the thumbs up button no matter where you are watching this. If you're watching on X, try to retweet it or whatever the hell, re-exit. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, no matter where you are, we appreciate everybody coming in. Anybody got any last thing to say?
Have a great night, and thanks for being here.
Deuces. All right, everybody have a great night, and we'll go out to some fun music here. Thanks for being here. We appreciate everybody. God bless.